What's up guys, this is Raf and welcome back. So for today, we'll be comparing two best value options on the Android side and the iPhone side. So we got here on the Android would be the Redmi Note 10 Pro, while on the iPhone would be the iPhone 11. Although one is a flagship and the other is a mid-ranger, they are both best value that you can get right now. So normally I have 6 categories for phone reviews that I usually use for comparison. So the first one would be the design, the second would be display, the third is performance, 4 would be the camera, 5th would be the battery life, and the last one would be the additional features. So let's compare them side by side. So for the design, so the Redmi Note 10 Pro dimension is 164 by 76.5 by 8.1mm with a 6.67 inches of display. The iPhone 11 is 150.9 by 75.7 by 8.3mm with a 6.1 inch display. So technically the Redmi Note 10 Pro is bigger, and if you love watching media, this is great for you. While the iPhone 11 is a little bit smaller, but it's one-hand usable, which is much better than the Note 10 Pro. I like the improvement of the design of the Redmi and Xiaomi phones, and this includes this Note 10 Pro. The bezels are smaller with a small camera cut out on the top of the display, and it's beautiful and really looks premium, but sometimes looks can be deceiving. So once you touch it, you can really feel the difference and you know that it has some plastic build on it. iPhones built are different. They are premium built not only by the looks but also when you touch it. Both front and back are Corning Gorilla Glass with aluminum frame. The bezels are just okay. The only thing that I hate on its design is the notch itself. While the Redmi Note 10 Pro looks beautiful but failed to impress once you touch it with its build quality. While iPhone really looks premium both by the looks and when you touch it, though it does have this ugly notch. So for the design, it's a tie for me. This won the categories where the Redmi Note 10 Pro crushes the iPhone 11. The Redmi Note 10 Pro do have a 6.67 inch AMOLED screen with a 120Hz display, HDR10, up to 1200 nits of brightness, with a protection of Corning Gorilla Glass 5. While the iPhone 11 does have only a 6.1 inch Liquid Retina IPS LCD display with a 625 nits of brightness, with scratch-resistant glass, oleophobic coating, true tone, and white color gamut. The Redmi Note 10 Pro AMOLED display is miles away ahead better than the iPhone 11 LCD. It has more color, it is more brighter, and black looks really more black. You have more display area also with its small camera cutout than the iPhone 11 notch. Watching movies really great on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. And this round goes to the Redmi Note 10 Pro. For performance, iPhone 11 is powered by Apple A13 Bionic, the 7nm chip with a 4GB of RAM, and it's on iOS 14.7. While the Redmi Note 10 Pro is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 732G, which is a 8nm chip with an 8GB of RAM, and it's on MIUI 12.5 and Android 11. Even though the iPhone 11 was released 2 years ago, it still performs great. Its performance is still flagship level. Since the Redmi Note 10 Pro is only a mid-ranger phone, it won't stand a chance on iPhone 11 performance. So here are performance tests of opening the apps. here's their benchmarks. So for this round, it will go for iPhone 11. For cameras, the Redmi Note 10 Pro do have this big 108 megapixel main wide camera. Then there's also an 8 megapixel ultra wide, a 5 megapixel macro camera, and a 2 megapixel depth camera. And also it has a front camera of 16 megapixel. While the iPhone 11 does have only a 12 megapixel main wide and also a 12 megapixel ultra wide, and its front camera is 12 megapixel as well. But don't be deceived by the big numbers of the Redmi Note. Even though sometimes big numbers are great, it really depends on the execution. Don't get me wrong, the Redmi Note 10 Pro camera is really a step up for mid-ranger phones. It does take good photos and the video are more stabilized than any mid-ranger phone, but iPhone 11 cameras is on different level. You're able to optimize their hardware and software, and the photos from the main camera are very rich in detail, have impressively low noise levels, and the dynamic range is excellent. Night mode is really good too. Videos are really top notch and it can take 4K video both front and back camera, and the stabilization is really great as well. So for this round, the winner will be the iPhone 11. iPhone 11 does have a 3110 mAh of battery capacity, while the Redmi Note 10 Pro do have this big 5020 mAh. Both do have a good battery life. iPhone 11 normally lasts a day and a half with a 5 to 6 hours screen on time, while the Redmi Note 10 Pro lasts almost 2 days with 6 to 7 hours screen on time, and that's with the 120Hz on. So definitely it will last more on 60Hz frame rate. So for this round, the winner would be the Redmi Note 10 Pro. So both do have a lot of additional features. The Redmi Note 10 Pro, it does have a headphone jack, an expandable storage, an IP53 rating, while on iPhone 11, it does have a wireless charging, a full water resistance with a rating of IP68, and also a great stereo speaker. If iPhone only have a headphone jack and expandable storage, then it could win this round. But unfortunately it doesn't have. They have additional features other doesn't have or other one excel. So for me, for this round, it's a tie. With the categories of smartphone that we have, they are both tied 3-3. Both of these devices are really great value on their price, and I really enjoy both of devices as well. So it really depends on what you prioritize and what are your needs, and also what is your budget. If budget is not a problem with you and you prioritize performance and camera, then go with the iPhone 11. But if you have a tight budget and you wanted just a great display for consuming media and long battery life, then choose the Redmi Note 10 Pro. So that is my comparison video for this iPhone 11 versus the Redmi Note 10 Pro. Thank you for watching my video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and see you soon. Peace out.